The Niger Delta Congress has picked holes in the newly passed petroleum industry bill, saying it came as one legislation too many aimed at polluting the resources of Niger Delta. In a statement by its acting spokesman, Ovundaini, the group said the disappointing news did not come to it as a surprise. The NDC regretted the laissez-faire attitude of some Niger Delta leaders, claiming that the bulk of them exhibited treachery and criminal passivity to the contents of the bill. Convener, Integration Summit Group Nigeria, Chris Ekiyor, joins me on the news from Port Harcourt via Skype to discuss this. Chris Ekiyor is also the former president emeritus of the Ekiyor Youth Group. Thank you so much for joining us, Chris Ekiyor.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon.
So let's get your reaction to this, because we're seeing this reaction coming from the NDC, the Niger Delta Congress. Not too pleased with the PIB, but some would have argued that, or some would have thought that the Niger Delta region will react with a level of joy or excitement over this bill, because it's been over 13 years, or about 13 years now.
All right, thank you. First and foremost, the PIB bill is not a Niger Delta bill. It's a pan-Nigerian bill that serves to regulate the petroleum industry and intended to provide opportunities while capturing the necessary ingredients that has to do with the welfare of the people where oil is taken from. That was the original intent. So the original bill had provisions for about 10% in equity and a 10% also for frontier basin development. What we have now is something that has changed, where drastically you now have a reduction from our 10% that is supposed to be in the area where the oil is coming from to 3% by the Senate and 5% by the House of Reps, and smuggling in of a 30% for frontier development. What that means is that monies will be taken from the national coffers from oil exploration and selling and mining, and about 30% of the profit generated will be used to look for oil in Chad Basin, in the Benue Trough, in all those areas where there were no oil. And then the equity owners would now enjoy only 3%. But that bill does not add any value to what we sought to achieve. The other one is the fact that having gone through 20 years and you're now going to deregulate, you're privatizing the NNPC. The bill does not define who should be able to have rights to buy. These people may likely sell this agency again to themselves. That's what has happened. While we are supposed to be celebrating a bill that would have deregulated the system, the regulatory agencies also have some strong force to play in there. So we think that what they have done is to just serve their interests. Those who have been putting the bill on hold and stopping it all the time have smuggled in 30% to serve their need, and now so the bill can pass if they give us 3%. So it's always a case of give them what we can give them, then we let it pass, otherwise it's not happening. And we are very upset with our representatives who will join hands with them to pass that bill. But like I said earlier, somewhere else I said, we're looking for 10, if we get 5, we'll take it, but we'll not stop us from agitating for the remaining.
And that hasn't been resolved yet, because the Senate is going with 3% and the House is going with 5%. But so it hasn't. It's a contentious issue. And one of the contentious issue is the issue of the impacted communities and the host communities. The impacted communities are supposed to be communities where you have pipeline. It does look like now they have been drafted into the host community. So how do you react to that as well?
Yeah, that's also ambiguous. It's like, again, the NDDC. When the act was established, it said wherever there was oil, within this area becomes the Niger Delta. So suddenly there was Cross Rivers, there was Abia, there was Imo in the Niger Delta. The original Niger Delta map would capture Edo Delta, part of Ondo, Rivers, and Akwa Ibom. Now, with that kind of act, it became broadened to have 9 states. Now, that's what's happening here. They say every part of land where the pipe crisscross is seen as host community. That's ambiguous. There are pipes in Kaduna from here through Lokoja to Kaduna. That will mean that Kaduna will be automatically a host community for oil production. That is not the truth. There is pipeline communities, and then there is host communities. Pipeline communities may be captured in their own as for certain benefits, but the host communities are those who bear the brunt for oil exploration. Oil is taken from their ground, the environment is despoiled, the citizens have no job, they have no opportunity, they are basically fishermen and farmers. The farmland is being polluted, so nothing grows there. So they are left with nothing. There's not rural-urban migration. And when they get to the urban cities, they can't find jobs. They can't find anything because they don't have ministers' relations, NNPC bosses who would slot their name in the employment charter. So I don't think that ambiguous caption reflects what HOSCOM is and what pipeline bearing community is. It needs to be defined. So if you are benefiting as a pipeline bearing community, the benefits will be defined in that act. But unfortunately, they played a lot of politics with this bill, and what we have is what we have.
All right, we'll see how that is resolved, because again, it is another contentious issue where people are wondering why it is not clearly defined, and the percentage that each of them should have as host communities and impacted communities. We will see how the National Assembly resolves that. And convener, Integration Summit Nigeria Group, Chris Ekiyor, and former President Emeritus of the Joy Youth Group, thanks for talking to us.
Thank you very much.